Did you know that Americans collectively pay over $14 billion in late fees every single year? Not because they're broke, but because they simply forgot? That's right, we're not talking about people who can't afford their bills. We're talking about perfectly capable people handing money to banks and credit card companies like it's a tip for bad service. And the wildest part is, most of those fees were completely 100% avoidable. So let's talk about what's actually happening here, because on the surface, it seems simple. You miss a payment, you get charged. End of story. But underneath that, there's a whole psychological trap at play, where life gets busy, due dates blur together, and suddenly your brain convinces you that you definitely paid that bill when you absolutely did not. Think of your monthly bills like a group of kids raising their hands in class. Your mortgage is screaming from the front row, your Netflix subscription is quietly sitting in the back, and somewhere in the middle, your credit card due date is desperately waving while you completely ignore it. The system isn't designed to remind you, it's designed to profit when you forget. Now, here's where it gets personal. Late fees don't just sting your wallet in the moment. They can quietly drag your credit score down like an anchor on a rowboat. A single missed payment reported to credit bureaus can drop your score by anywhere from 60 to 110 points, which is the financial equivalent of tripping in slow motion in front of everyone. And let me give you some historical context, because this isn't new. Back in the 1990s, late fees averaged around $13, and today some credit cards charge up to $41 per missed payment, which the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has been pushing back on hard. The fees grew because the data showed people keep paying them, which means the system found a reliable revenue stream inside your forgetfulness. Here's a misconception worth killing right now. A lot of people think that as long as you pay around the due date, you're fine. But most lenders define on time as received before a specific cutoff hour on the due date itself. Your payment mailed on Tuesday for a Tuesday deadline might technically be late, depending on when it posts, so the margin is thinner than most people realize. The good news, and this is where we flip the whole thing around, the fix is almost embarrassingly simple, and it doesn't require a finance degree or a complicated spreadsheet. Setting up automatic payments for at least the minimum due on every account takes maybe 15 minutes of your life and permanently removes the possibility of a late fee on that account forever. But autopay alone isn't the complete picture, because you still need to know what's coming out and when, or you risk overdrafting your bank account while trying to avoid a credit card fee, which is trading one penalty for another. Think of it like setting your clock 5 minutes fast. It only works if you also remember why you did it in the first place. One strategy that holds up across every financial era is the due date audit, where you sit down once, just once, and list every single bill, its due date, and the amount. Some people move all their due dates to the same week of the month, so everything clusters together and nothing sneaks up on them, which is a genuinely underrated life hack that costs nothing. Here's the broader truth hiding in plain sight. Late fees are a tax on disorganization, and the people who avoid them aren't necessarily richer or smarter, they just built better systems. Warren Buffett didn't get wealthy by ignoring the small leaks in the boat, and neither will you. The philosophical gut check here is that personal finance is less about making massive moves and more about eliminating consistent, quiet losses that compound over time. Missing a $40 fee 12 times a year is $480 you could have kept, which over a decade at even modest investment returns becomes something worth paying attention to. So the real goal isn't just avoiding fees, it's building the kind of financial hygiene where missed payments become genuinely rare events rather than monthly anxiety. Discipline isn't sexy, but neither is explaining to a lender why your credit score dropped because you forgot to click a button. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a system that runs even when you're not paying attention, because the bill is always paying attention. Start today, automate what you can, calendar what you can't, and watch how much calmer your financial life becomes when the basics are simply handled. Check out the links in the description for tools and resources that'll help you set all of this up.